Good morning everybody, welcome to LilyLuLou. If it's your first time here, my name's Karen, I'm the Junk Journal Geek, and I'm here today to show you how I made, whoops, won't stay in my hands, this, if you watch my previous video, this was on the cover of my Vintage Rose journal, just as a loose journal card because I didn't want to cover up the fabric. But this, I thought I would show you how I made this and how it came about. So that's what we're doing today. Now, you know me, I do love, well, you may not know me if it is your first time here. I do love using up all the junk mail that comes through the post. This is a used envelope, and that is what this is made from. So this came to me, I can't remember what I was doing, but I thought, I wonder if I could use an envelope to make a tag. Well, it ended up being a journal card, not a tag, but that's because what I went on and did with it. So the first thing I'm going to do is take the edge off of here to open the envelope up, and then we can save the back piece for something else. This is probably not at all straight because I haven't lined it up at all, and it looks like I need a new blade again, but it's just to get it open at the moment. So when I was making this, you know, I had to sort of bear in mind the size I wanted for my journals. So this one is 3 3/4 by 6 inches. So the way I came up with, well, I measured the size of my pages, but the window in this one is 2.5. So if it's, you know, we have to, I want to keep the window roughly in the middle. So I had to work out exactly where I was cutting and trimming and all that stuff. But let's get this open and separated first, and then we can faff about with everything else. So how are you all? I hope you're all well. I hope this is not too shadowy today. It's very, very misty here today, and I have waited this morning hoping that the mist would clear and it would brighten up a bit, but it hasn't. So it's very dull here, and I've had to pop the lamp on next to my desk. So I hope you can see what I'm doing okay, and it's not too shadowy, but there's not much I can do about that at the moment. Can't do much about the weather, unfortunately. Otherwise it would be nice and sunny every day, even if it was cold. So I was looking at my channel analytics the other day, and I noticed that, surprisingly, I was surprised anyway, most of my viewers are in the US. And I thought, being English, most of my viewers would be from here. So that was quite interesting. Right, so I want to make this, did I say 6 inches higher? That's about right from the journals I tend to make. I could make it smaller for if I was making a mini journal, but then I wouldn't be able to make use of the whole envelope. So what did I say? About 6. So let's just get, and unfortunately, so it's going to be about there. This envelope has been folded in half at some point, so I do have a crease across the window. But as I say, we'll just work with it. It is a junk journal after all. Right, so I'm going to, I'm not sure if any of these edges are square, you know, completely straight at the moment. But we'll start, and I will be trimming this up again once I finish. Goodness me, I feel like I'm faffing just to even get the base of my journal card. Well, I shouldn't have ripped that there really as a marker, should I? Right, and I'm saving all these pieces I'm cutting off because we can use them for other things. Right, so now I've got about 1 7/8 that side. I don't want that much because, as I say, we want this to fit into the thing. So if that window is about 2 1/4, so if I did 1 inch either side, that would be too wide still. So I think I might have done 3/4 of an inch each side. I wonder if I used my chompy chopper to do this before. I thought I'd just used my knife, but maybe I didn't. So let's just, oh look, I can put that's what I did before, put the window on a line. That's what they're there for, isn't it? So if I do 3/4 of an inch each side, what did I do on this one? Yes, I did do 3/4 of an inch each side. It was buried in the depths of my brain somewhere, obviously. So in case you hadn't guessed, we're going to use all these cut-off strips to decorate the journal card. So I feel like it's taken me a minute to get into my groove this morning. It's actually lunchtime now. As I say, I've been waiting all morning to do this. The reason I'm trying to rush because I don't know how long I'm going to be on my own here. Everybody's out at the moment. Max is out with his ladies having his walk and everybody else is at work. But Max could come home at any time now. So I'm trying to get this done before he comes home so that you don't get any barking in the background. But I'm not sure that will happen. That does not look at all straight, but we'll go with it. As I say, I need to finish the edges off anyway afterwards. So then what I did, I had this idea when I made the Vintage Rose journal. I forgot to resize the pages to fit my paper, and I printed as you know, I printed my own scanned tea-dyed paper on the reverse. I'm saying as you know, if you've watched the last video you will know. So then when I trimmed the pages down to size, I had all these little strips left over. And then when I came to make this journal card, I thought, oh, I wonder if I could do a bit of sort of basket weaving and use up these strips. So I've just pulled out the matching ones. So I just took my strips, actually that's a bit wide, we'll use that one for something else. I took my strips and I laid them on my base, and see this one's got a tear in it, but it doesn't matter because we're not going to be using the full length. Trying to find the ones without the line down the middle because I want them to match, but I mean I might end up using the ones with the line in the middle instead. And these little ones are not long enough for what I'm doing here, but they will be, I'll be able to use them for something else. And then I popped these ones at the top, and then I just wove the corner pieces so that another one there, and hopefully I might get a cut off piece that's long enough to, let's just see. Yes, I might just be able to use that one for both pieces. So then the way I did this, now I do believe I put my focal point on first. when I made the original one, but I've forgotten to do that first, so we're going with this now. And I don't even know if I've pulled a focal point out, but I do have a pile of stuff next to me, so oops. So what I did, I popped some glue just now. I think I did the edges first. I popped some glue on the edges, but not right up to the top and bottom, just on this middle section. And I did ink my edges because I wanted it to be obvious that I'd used scraps to make this. It's junk journal. And I'm inking it all the way down, even though I'm going to be cutting some bits off because the leftover bits will be used for other things. I've got some other strips here that I'm going to make some, either some clusters or some, what's the other thing we make? Oh dear, my brain's gone this morning. Some clusters or snippet lengths. Probably not enough to do actual snippet rolls, but snippet lengths. So I'm all about using up everything. As you know, this year I am trying to use up all the stuff I have, and I'm trying to make sure when I finish a project, I'm trying to use everything I've collected for a project in that project, and anything I do have left over, I'm popping in my box to go in my journal monthly journals. Oh, postman's here, excuse me. Sorry about that. The postman was standing by the front door looking at me, so I thought I had something to sign for, but turns out they're just taking the time faffing out there. Right, so as you can see, as I'm laying these down, I'm just sticking the middle part where I've popped the glue stick, and I've left the top and the bottom loose so that I can weave my other pieces in and out. I have seen people weaving paper before, obviously, for different things, but I don't recall seeing this done before, this specifically what I'm doing here. So if you have seen it before, let me know. So I'd love to go and have a look and see what other people are doing. So if you watched the last video, you'll know that I'm taking part in this collaboration with Faux Crafts Creations, which I have trouble saying. In my previous video, all of the other collaborators were linked, and I did say in that video they're all small channels and we're all trying to help each other grow. So I'd be really grateful if you could pop over and take a look at the other channels that are taking part, watch their videos, give them a like and a comment. And if you do that and then you pop over to Val's launch video and comment that you've done that, you will go in the draw to win a prize. And my journal that I made is one of the prizes. So if you like the look of it, you know what to do. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to ink these other two pieces so they're ready to go. So initially when I came up with this idea, as I say, I wanted to make a tag out of the envelope. But when I did this woven thing, I didn't want to cut the corners off at the top because I liked the way it looked. You know, it's a bit of basket weaving going on. So I left it as a journal card, but I will probably be making some tags out of these envelopes, but obviously not using the strips, or not using them in this way anyway. I'll probably just collage as normal, or cover the whole thing and cut a hole out the middle, something like that. we'll see. So again, bit of glue stick on the middle here. Do the top first. I'm going to pop these pieces down. I don't need to have that much overhanging. Pop these pieces down here. I want to cover up the corners of the window, so I'm going to come a little bit lower. And then I'm going to lift. No, I won't, because that one's stuck. It's got a bit of extra glue on. I'm going to pop a little bit of glue on the end of this. And then I'm going to tuck it over the first piece and under the outer piece. And again, I'm only putting the glue up to where that strip is so that I don't glue up here, because obviously I need to work on my next piece up there. So that's under, over. So this side has got to go under. So a little bit of glue on that strip. I hope you can see what I'm doing. And pop that there. And then a little bit of glue on that strip to pop that there. And then we're going to go over at the end. So just a little bit of glue there. And that's the first one done. Doesn't look 100% straight, but it's a junk journal. So I'm going to do the same thing again here. So there's a little bit of glue in the middle there. I'm going to pop this second one down, butting it right up to the first one, and just pop that middle, burnish that middle bit, and then a bit of glue on the back here. Pop that one under, and this one's going over. So then on this side, this one's got to go over, and it's got to go under the second one. Did I put glue? Oops. Should really be doing this on the glue mat, shouldn't I? Let's move the glue mat over. Right, I'm hoping I'm going to have enough strips here, because that one wasn't long enough, we decided, wasn't it? This one I'm going to tear off because it's got a lot left over. So last one at the top, bit of glue in the middle, and again butting that right up as close as I can to the one below. And then again we're going to go over the first one on the left and under the second one on the left. And then we, on this side, we need to go under this little one. And over the other one. So I hope my fat hands are not in your way. Right, so that's the top bit done. Or that could be the bottom part, doesn't actually matter. In fact, we might do this way round for a change, because the other one was the longer way round. So I didn't ink my final strip. Oh, it's rather warm in here now. It's been funny this one. I don't know if it's me. It probably is me. 1 minute I'm absolutely baking hot, and the next minute I'm shivering. I don't know what that's all about. Right, so a bit of glue in the middle again to get us started. Just make sure I've got enough length to tuck in on that side, because I'm going to have to chop this one in half again. And on this one, when I started here, I went under this one first. So on this one, I'm going to go over this one first. And then I'm going to go under the outside edge. Oops. And then on this side, I'm going to go over the one on the inside edge. And under the one on the outside edge. I'm going to chop that piece off. I hope it's just long enough. I wonder if that bit's longer. Oh, it's exactly the same. Right, so more glue in the middle. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to start just in a little bit on this edge, just in case this strip's not quite long enough. No, Karen, that's not right, is it? You need to go under there. No, you went under before. Oh, goodness me. My brain's not working. I've got to go over that side, so I can't go. Honestly, painful, isn't it? Right, that way and over. Butt that up in the middle. See, I've pulled it now. I've pulled that, so it's not quite enough. Right, so we've gone over, under, stick the middle bit down. So now we've got to go over, under. So, I want to go over this bit. No, I don't. I need to go under this bit. Oh, I was doing so well, wasn't I? Because I did it differently on this one, it's thrown me. Oh, for goodness sake. What am I doing? Over, under. Oh, I've done it wrong on this one. That's what's throwing me. Right, quick, quick. Can I unstick it? It's throwing me because I've done the one below wrong without realising it. I bet you were all shouting at me, weren't you? Right, so we've gone over there, so we need to go under here. Under here. And that one over. So then this one, last one, needs to go over. Right. So now this one needs to go over here and under there. Oh my goodness, that was painful, wasn't it? Were you all going, no, Catherine, you're doing it wrong? Right, so let's leave that to dry for a moment. So we're going to trim it afterwards. Now let me see if I have anything very quickly to hand. These are all my leftover bits of envelope that we're going to use for something else. Got my bag of goodies here that I've just used for the last journal. That is actually a journal card, so I don't want to use that. Excuse me, rummaging. Oh, here we go. We've got another one of these. Oh, it might be cut too. I think that's cut a bit too close. Got more of those to hand. Sorry, I should have had these out ready to go. Right, something here must work. Let's see. That one will work. So let's should be okay. So I'm just going to just a little bit of ink around the edges here, just to knock back the whiteness of the card. And then I am going to pop some glue around the edges here. And try and get this centered into the window. I hope I'm not sticking my head under the camera. You don't need to see that. So that will go there like that. And then, because, I mean, this is strengthened up a little bit having the card on, but it is still just envelope, so it is quite flimsy. So what I did for the backing, let me grab it here. I've got some nice stiff packaging paper. I think I used that side. So I'm going to glue the back of the whole thing, pop glue on the back of the whole thing, stick it onto the packaging paper, and then trim it down to size. So then we should have a nice square journal card, and this will act as you know, a writing surface on the back, journaling space. So just roughly cut this out. Save that other little piece. Let's pop this back under my desk out of the way. I bet that's really noisy, isn't it? I'm so sorry. And then move this out the way. Let's just get this burnished. I'm doing it on the back because obviously I don't want to pull up any of these edges that I've just stuck down. Right, I'm just going to pop off to my guillotine and trim this up, and then I will come back and let you see how it looks. So bear with me for a second. Okay, that's all trimmed up now. So I just need to pop a little bit more glue under this little guy. It's peeking up there, and obviously I'll pop this under my mat once I finish to flatten it down while it dries. I'm just going to ink around the edges, and then obviously when you could make these ready to go, and then when you come to use them in a specific journal you could decorate these up further. I mean, they'd look quite nice with a sentiment on them, or maybe a number or a ticket or something small, or maybe a little sticker or something just to finish it off. But that's how that looks. That's made with all leftovers. So I used the bits we cut off from the papers for my last journal. The image was in my stash, and an old envelope that had been used. So there's my original one, and this is the one I've made today. So I hope you like those. I hope that's given you some ideas of things you can do with your leftovers. I'll be back again in another couple of days, and I think, well, I won't say what I'm going to be doing next because something else might come up in the meantime. But I do want to make some strips with these other cut off bits, so I will probably do that next. So in the meantime, take care, look after yourselves, and enjoy your own crafty time. Bye bye.